far as like what your expectations were at this point in time?
You're never going to reach my expectations. That's not going to be garnished. You can't reach that because I think big. I have big lofty dreams and lofty aspirations for each and every one of these kids on the field as well as off the field. So we're getting there. We're getting closer. But the one thing that I could honestly and wholeheartedly say, we're getting better every week in different facets of the game. You know darn well you can't compare last year's defense to this defense or the offense as well. You see progress. You see certain positions, and you see certain even young guys saying, okay, that guy, another year, so he's going to be phenomenal. I mean, I know Shedeur and Travis take the headlines, but it's a lot of other guys doing some phenomenal jobs out there, just giving them the opportunity to shine. So I appreciate that.
Second question is, you guys have the luxury of having obviously a really good secondary and guys that you can go one-on-one with your corners. How big of a deal is that for the impact it's made on the front seven, where they're able to play better against the rookies?
It was a big deal until last week when we got our butts kicked a couple times on some deep balls, which is unlike us. That's not who we are. We're trying to shore that up right now. We're on their butts today at practice tremendously, but we have some guys that can flat out play man, and they'll do a better job in the future. I promise you that. But it helps us tremendously. We just got to get home more with the pass rush. We got to get more hits on the quarterback. We got to get home more. We must apply more pressure on the quarterbacks because we have the pass rushers to do it. At this point in time, I thought we would be farther along with sacks and applying pressure on the quarterbacks. I do, but we're doing a great job of getting to the ball and coming there as a pack and making things happen.
Hey, Coach. Pat Graham, Associated Press. Two-parter, like Brian was asking parts. Number one is you guys are obviously leaving Wednesday because of the storm. You're a creature of habit. How much does that affect your players and you and what you're trying to get done when you have to leave early and adjust your plan?
Well, our players like simplicity, and I do too. So I don't want to take a risk and a chance of we're going to leave Thursday anyway. So the storm is supposed to hit Thursday. So we don't want to take that chance, and the storm hits Thursday. Now we can't get there to Friday evening. Now it's a rush. So we're trying to get ahead of the curve and be smart with it. Our guys like consistency, so being settled and having a consistent plan in place works in our favor. We've already secured practice facilities. We already, I think, sent the truck on the road. We're right where we want to be. We're just going to make it consistent as possible for our young men.
And my second part is the special teams has been very dependable for you guys, and it kind of struggled a little bit in punt return, kick return. Do you not panic, or do you just try to, knowing that maybe this isn't like or how do you address that?
No, I don't have panic in me. I don't have that. You address that by doing your job. We kick the ball in the end zone, that doesn't happen. We make that tackle on that punt return, that doesn't happen. So you either make those plays or get somebody to make those plays. As simple as that.
Two more, go ahead, John.
Hey, Coach, John Treach, 9 News. The sports world is captivated and impressed with the flair for dramatic. Does this experience feel as cinematic to you?
What does cinematic mean? I don't know. I'm sorry.
You like?
No. We're thankful. We're appreciative that the game turned out like it did, but we had to work to come back to get that opportunity. And we had a couple opportunities. We had several plays that we hit that were called back that we're not proud of. We allowed some opportunities to happen defensively that we're not proud of. We feel like we shouldn't have been in that situation to make that happen. We're thankful that we did, but we feel like we're the idiots that put ourselves in that situation to make it happen, and we don't want to do that again. We feel like we're better than that. We really do. But we're extremely thankful and appreciative that our men didn't give up, and they came through.
Last one, go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach. Travis typically steals the headlines as far as the Heisman. Mm-hmm. How do you feel Shedeur has played through 4 games this year? You look across the board, and his numbers are just as high as almost every other quarterback in the country.
Shedeur has played great except for one pass. That's it. I don't know how else to say it. He's played great. He's been consistently Shedeur except for one pass. The thing about him, everyone in here, but maybe a couple of y'all, with the ball in his hands, we got a chance. Everybody in here knows that, right? Except a couple haters, you know that. But I'm not directing that at nobody. That's just how I talk. I'm sorry. I'm not directing it at nobody. But everybody on the team feels that way. Nobody sits down. And that last drive that we have the ball, everybody on the sideline is up. They know we got a shot. So I'm pleased with him. I'm critical because I'm dad as well as coach. On the dad side, I know certain things that he could do better. On the coach side, I'm like, all right, we got to do this, and you got to do this. You know, I'm a little more in depth. Dad, I'm probably a little tougher on him than anybody.
I do have one other non-football question.
We got it.
Is that okay? Last week, Shohei Ohtani plays for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Eclipsed 50-50 for the first time
Yeah.
as a former Major League Baseball player yourself. I was
Unbelievable.
wondering, what are your thoughts on Ohtani?
It don't make sense. I think the only person that probably could have done that was Canseco or Barry Bonds. How close was Barry? Well, he did 40-40. That was for breakfast. He did that for breakfast. But, I mean, how close was Barry? Barry had to be close in some years, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure on how close he was, but he was close.
Yeah, but with all the walks, he should have definitely been close at some point. I never checked his stolen bases because his home runs, he just went crazy, you know, with the home runs after a while. But the greatest baseball player I've ever played with and seen live has to be Barry Bonds and Rickey Henderson. I love me some Rickey Henderson. God, I love me some Rickey Henderson. I wanted to be Rickey Henderson, man. That was my man. And getting the opportunity to play with him, I was like a kid in a candy shop. I didn't know nothing about baseball whatsoever. And I'm sitting on the bench with Rickey Henderson, getting stolen base tips. That's when baseball was truly baseball, and I loved every minute of it. Didn't know what I was doing, but I loved it. But Ohtani is that he's incredible, man. I mean, you could compare him to the Jordans and those Tom Brady's of the world. That's who he is. He's doing things that we haven't fathomed.
Barry had 42 and 40 in 1996.
Yeah, he probably just stopped running because he was he probably stopped because they walked him every darn time, right? He could have stolen me. Excuse me? No, but he walked. What I'm saying, he stayed on base, right? They walked him during there every time. Yeah. Yeah, and plus you got to think about this now. Baseball is different. How many times you could throw over now?
Two per.
Yeah, you imagine Rickey Henderson, you could just throw over 2 times to him. He'll be at third. He'll just cut across the grass, man. He just go ahead and get it over with. Rickey was unbelievable, man. But I mean, the rules kind of helps a little bit. That's not taking anything away from Ohtani because he is darn believable, man. So, but Barry Bonds, they walked him almost every darn at bat. So if he wanted to steal, I'm pretty sure he could have had 60, something like that. What is the biggest home run year he had? Oh my God. Yeah, well, that's the greatest ever to me. Yeah, Barry Bonds.
He had 52 bags in 1990, 33 homers.
In 90?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That was before all the other stuff, right? No, but I'm saying they just hated on him. He had 3 MVPs before they even started accusations, right? Yeah, but why isn't he? I mean, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Don't make sense. I saw it. It's not you telling me something. I was there. Yeah, I was there. I was in the dugout. I saw him at batting practice. I saw his dad throwing short toss in there. I saw it. I saw him on a daily basis. The dude was unbelievable, man. If you threw that ball anywhere in his zone, it was a souvenir. It was a souvenir. That's how good he was. I love you, Barry.